Throughout the year 2024, I have saved over 750,000 credit card points, all while traveling the most I have in my entire lifetime. And in this video, we're going to go over three life changing credit card lessons I learned throughout the year 2024 and how they altered my strategy going forward into the year 2025. Now, before we hop into that content, guys, feel free to smash that subscribe button as I release credit card content here on YouTube weekly. Moving on to number one, and a lesson that was heavily reminded to us in the year 2024 was that banks and credit card issuers are not our friends. Whether it was increases to annual fees or devaluations to a credit card as a whole, we saw consistent revamps throughout the year 2024. And the credit card issuer that was most guilty of doing this was American Express. In the year 2024, American Express was notorious for refreshing a large majority of their consumer credit cards. And if you're unfamiliar what this means in American Express terms, it's increasing the amount of credits available to the consumer and thus increasing the annual fee year after year. Now, the reason American Express continues to do this, even though there is large outrage in the credit card community, is that us in the maximizing credit card points and miles are the minority of credit card users. While us on YouTube are consistently maximizing and reducing our effective annual fee, a large amount of American Express users are unaware of the credits that are available to them. Most individuals who have the Amex Platinum are solely doing it not only for its symbol of wealth, but also to have access to the countless Centurion lounges around the United States. While we consistently saw an uptick of cancellations and hatred towards the Amex Gold here on YouTube, and even some cancellations from some of the biggest names in the community, from a consumer basis and American Express as a company, their financials continue to soar. So while us in YouTube consistently hate the changes from the Amex Gold, from an average consumer basis, it is getting better and better. And I've done some personal testimonials whenever I see a Amex Gold or another Amex product in the wild. And when I tell you guys, most people who utilize these credit cards are legitimately unaware of any changes. They're unaware of a Resi credit, of a Dunkin' Donuts change. So Amex, unfortunately, will continue to get away with it. Other changes from American Express that remind us that they are not our friends are changes to family language. As we saw with a multitude of credit cards from Amex, you cannot achieve a lower sign up offer if you have a higher tiered credit card. So if you applied for the Amex Gold first, you cannot then go on and apply for the green card and achieve the sign up offer. The only family of credit cards in the entire Amex ecosystem that you can still do this is the Hilton American Express credit cards. I would be heavily surprised if Hilton still has this family language later in the year 2025. The last reminder is the increase in uptick of individuals encountering pop-up jail. Pop-up jail is one of the most radical things that American Express can do, and it's when they limit you to no longer being able to apply for sign-up offers. You can get the credit card without a sign-up bonus. The reason American Express does this is because they have mathematically determined that you are no longer profitable. American Express and other credit card issuers do not like disciplined individuals who pay their credit cards off at the end of every month and reap the travel benefits. They rather have a irresponsible individual who racks up large amounts of credit card debt with the vision of ambitious travel at the end of the tunnel. Moving on to number two, and a lesson that I really want to drill, especially to beginners in the credit card points and miles game, is that there will always be a bigger and better sign up offer in the future, for the most part. I want to put for the most part out there because there will be exceptions to this rule. But for the most part, guys, there will always be a bigger and better sign up offer. One thing I see consistently is that when the newest and biggest sign up offer is announced, people try and move mountains and kind of put their credit card strategy out of perspective just to get a new sign up offer. The most recent example of this topic is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Now, guys, I lost count of how many different Chase Sapphire Preferred offers we got in 2024, but the two most notable ones were number one, the 75,000 Chase Ultimate Reward sign up offer when you spent $4,000 in the first 3 months. This offer alone, guys, was about 15,000 more than the traditional 60,000 offer and was an amazing opportunity at the time if it met your needs. But my whole point is that whether you are over Chase 524 or just not ready to apply for a new credit card, that is okay. Because months down the line, later in the year, there was an even better sign up offer of a 60,000 sign up offer plus a $300 travel credit. This sign up offer alone was over $900 value and was one of the best we've ever seen for the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So, my biggest advice, especially those new to the credit card points and miles game, is be patient. There will always be a bigger and better sign up offer down the road. And the main reason is because credit card issuers need to compete with each other. This rendition of the Chase Sapphire Preferred, the only reason we saw it was because the Capital One Venture, which is a direct competitor to the Chase Sapphire Preferred, was offering a sign up offer plus a $300 travel credit. So, what did Chase do? They offered an identical sign up offer that was even better for people to apply for the Chase Sapphire Preferred anyway. So, whether you're over Chase 524 or currently working on another credit card sign up offer, it is okay to let a sign up offer pass by, guys, because as we know historically, it will more than likely be back and maybe even better. So, if you have to let one pass by, guys, it's okay. The last lesson, and one that I utilized the most in 2024, was to spend your credit card points. We get caught up consistently in the credit card points and miles game that we love achieving these sign up offers, but some people forget to utilize their credit card points. They constantly get caught up in achieving the highest cents per point and not making any redemptions unless they exceed 2 to 3 cents per point. This is something that I stopped doing in the year 2024, and I traveled the most that I have in my entire life. I took over 10 vacations, and most of them were in the 1.5 to the peak of 2 cents per point redemptions. And that is because I stopped being married to the valuations and just fell in love with taking vacations and credit card points. My rule of thumb nowadays is that if I can pay $0 out of pocket for a vacation, I am going to take it if I have the credit card points to pay for it. Any points that I have gained, even if it's at a 1.2 to 1.3 valuation, I am booking it. And the main reason I emphasize this point is because credit card companies will continue to devalue these points as the credit card community expands. In the year 2024, we did see consistent devaluations across all of the credit card ecosystems. But the one that I noticed the most was the world of Hyatt. And the world of Hyatt changes the way that they value kind of the tier systems of their hotel, and it increased some of the more lucrative options that you were choosing to redeem. Now, while this change wasn't astronomical and you could still easily secure at least 2 cents per point for redemptions, it's just a reminder that our credit card points will continue to devalue in the future, which is why I'm emphasizing to spend your credit card points. The most valuable you will get for your credit card points is today. Tomorrow, it is not promised, guys, that our credit card points won't be severely devalued. So book that vacation, whether it's at a 1.3 cents per point or if it's at 20 cents per point. I am in the kind of mindset I rather travel in economy and get the most vacations that I can for the cheapest amount out of wallet. And by no means necessary am I throwing shade on these ambitious travelers. If you get joy from redeeming for 10 to 20 cents per point, then continue to do that. But please make sure you are not hoarding your points to get this ideal vacation. Spend those credit card points, guys. It's why we participate in the points and miles game. Well, guys, that concludes the three biggest lessons that I learned throughout the year 2024 that continue to shape how I participate in the credit card points and miles game. Whether it's how I apply for credit cards or how I spend my points, the most important thing is that you are extracting value from this hobby and making sure you are enjoying the fruits of your labor. Well, if you enjoyed this content, guys, feel free to smash that subscribe button as it directly supports my channel. And if you want another credit card related content, I got one right here for you.